Hello, 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 guys. Let's put some music, get together, get your coffee, and I'll see you shortly. Chevy. Come, Chevy, Chevy. Come, Chevy, Chevy. Hello. Hi, Chevy, Chevy. Hello. Hello. Nat, where are you? I think we had something like that. Oh my God. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, from me and from Savvy. As you can see, she's joining in. That's a good sign. That means she and Tiger are getting along better, even though he is in his, unfortunately, cage or crate, as some people call it. So Tiger is growing. He's getting bigger. I took him to, I had to go and see my dad, so I left him in a daycare. Kindergarten, and oh my God, he actually changed quite a bit. He got more socialized. He's like now way more, well, it's not that he wasn't friendly, he was shy, so he's more assertive in this particular case. But I am exhausted. I'm finding like completely newfound appreciation toward all of you mothers and dog owners. Oh my goodness, this is so much work, and I didn't even realize that. And now I'm barely sleeping. That's why the monthlies are delayed. Everything is delayed. I simply can't do this job with being tired. But I'm still catching up with my regular clients, and they're getting their reading. So guys, if you need a reading, that is going to happen on time. So let's see who is here. Hello, 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 everybody. Nice to see you guys. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to go sign by sign with Mystic Cat Tarot and with Gypsy cards, kind of for clarification. So yeah, you know, kind of like that day when I took him in there, like something shifted, I think, and I am just hoping that this is going to stay, but you never know, right? Because first time dog owner, I'm learning everything. So we are in Pisces. We are in Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. So Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Let's see, Pisces, Pisces. Hello, Neil. Hello. What did you change your moniker? That's interesting. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, Pisces, 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 Pisces. Hello, hello, hello. Went to doctor yesterday, had a breast exam and felt some lumps. Ooh, of course, prayers. Let's hope they're just cysts, story. Nothing serious. Most of the time it's not serious. So sure, we are sending you all prayers and good wishes. And for everybody in the room, for everybody who's listening, the same. So are we doing Pisces, Effie? Huh? Are we doing Pisces? Okay. We are going to do Aquarius last. Went to doctor. Let's send. Ooh, Pisces. We are getting rid of something. We are getting the Lovers reversed and Earth Tom. You guys have been rushing into some situation, and Sky Tom. Maybe you have a choice of two people. Maybe you have a choice of reactions. So the Lovers card reversed is telling me that somebody doesn't want some kind of commitment, or it's really hard to decide in which direction to go and how to move further. It's kind of like where we get stuck. It's clearly telling you, look, Earth Tom, kind of look for things going out that are slow and steady. Like, right, this is kind of maybe a friend that you need to have, or a trusted friend, somebody you can talk to. It looks like you need to get certain things out of your system, right? And this is also saying that this card is talking about somebody maybe poking in your own business. Somebody wants to know things about you. Be very careful when you're giving too much information. Hello, Silly Jane. When you give, Silly Jane, I did send you last night. Did you get it from me? Like, I mean, she was the winner last time. And I think Lati is not here yet, or I don't know if she's going to come. She has family over. So let me just put somebody in charge here. Who was the last time? Kylie? Brooklyn, are you here? Brooklyn, I didn't have you running the show in a while. So if you're here, just say that you're here. It will be you or Kat. Yeah, so Tori, I think, was before you. So just wanted to see if Brooklyn is around. I guess she's not responding. Tori, can you be a moderator in charge? I hope you can. I did get email. Okay. I am... Everybody's exhausted, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, Tori, yes. So Tori is going to be the one who is going to read your emotions. And I really think because you're like into this medical predicament, it's going to make you really fine-tuned with everybody. There is Barbie. Barbie, we are going to send you this now. We have tons, literally tons. So Pisces, decision-making time. Who is there to stay? Who is there to go? You might have two people who are coming in your life. This doesn't necessarily mean romantic. This could mean anything. This can simply mean that you also need to take slow and steady approach and maybe do your own research. Could be you who is poking in somebody else's life. This is usually finding something in email or in social media that makes you kind of a thing, right? Maybe you have been excited about one partner and then you got to realize, wait a minute, he is not that great. You know, it's kind of like when you meet a new friend and within 7 days they're asking you for a loan, that kind of stuff, because it's going to be a lot of thought that is coming in that. Or maybe, you know, somebody is making a decision on you, well, you are not good enough, or I don't know if I want to kind of like go into, you know, something secure with you, something not so much secure with you, committed with you, and you have to make your own decision about that, if you really want to stick around or not, right? Brooklyn, I did put Tori in charge, unless if Tori doesn't mind doing it. So Brooklyn, it would be nice to have you next time in charge. So, but Tori stepped in. So just want to clarify a few things, guys, over here. I want to see what's going on here. Let's see with the Lovers. You see, we have waiting and we have service. So what are you guys waiting for? Usually this card in Vera Sibilla deck signifies that you are waiting for something that's not going to happen, right? You are waiting for somebody to open the door, and generally in the Belvedere kind of like card that you see in Vera Sibilla, she has a mono, what do you call it? Mono telescope kind of a thingy. Well, it's not telescope, but you know what I mean, sort of like what you look into it, like it's not but she's kind of like looking in the wrong direction, right? So it's kind of like that essence of romance that I actually really pick up about you, Pisces. And maybe this is a romantic kind of thing that you really want out of relationship, and somebody opening the doors and kind of doing the stuff. If this is what you expect from this partner, you need to think again. That's not a person that, you know, it's over here. So you have to figure out if you can deal with what they're made of. You know, if somebody is made of burlap, you cannot expect that you're going to make a silk gown out of it. So you can just see what you can within reason, right? So let's see this Sky Tom. And we have Merchant, and then we have Hotness. Merchant is interesting card. Are you guys dealing with somebody who is long distance? Are you dealing with somebody who is distant, or did you decide to go distant? Merchant is somebody who will tell you, well, you know, I'm busy, I have to do things, right? Or I don't know really what to do. And it could be somebody who is vain, who is kind of like really serving their own needs. You know, so you have to figure out if you're too available, or if you're like asking for things that are just not doable or cannot happen in this person. But this is also telling you a cause of action, that is kind of like a path to go. Just go slow, very, very slow, and observe things and make sure you're kind of like, you know, dotting all the I's and crossing all the T's, and it's going to be very, very important. Okay. Guys, so yeah, I'm seeing the yellow over here on my end, so I really don't know, you know. Barbie, you're not late. We started Pisces. Today we are doing signs only, so we'll go from there. So I'm going to do next. What I'm going to do next? I'm going to do Taurus next. Taurus, 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 Taurus. Taurus, Taurus, look at all of you. I'm just going to kind of jump with intuition. A sip of coffee. I hope everybody has their own coffee over here. 11-11. We'll be seeing lots of 11-11 during the next time. This Mercury retrograde is starting on the 5th. So it's going to be catching up with us in many more ways than one. Okay. Okay. Dandelion root coffee. I have that actually at home as well. I like that coffee very much as well. Okay, Taurus. You're touching your T's, crossing your eyes. That's cute. Okay, so Taurus. Let's see what jumps out. Taurus, you're getting Two of Earth. What is this? Like we are kind of like in some kind of indecision, I guess, you know. Taurus. I'm getting a whole bunch of cards here for you. Two of Earth, seeking cat magic, or the Magician. Six of Sky, sea kitten, Ace of Sky, and Four of Fire, 4 Wands. So Taurus, certain things are going to move forward, certain things are not going to move forward. You are maybe deciding what you need to do with your life. I really think that there is a person, or could be even two people, or could be a person who comes as a package deal with a child, that you are really wondering how to go about that. Or it also could be on a negative side that you're dealing with somebody who is juggling, right? Who has more options, because these two cards don't necessarily spell good news, right? It's telling me that there is like somebody in your life with whom you have reoccurring issues all the time. It's the same old, same old. You kind of like want to make it work. There's like everything seemingly there that can be done, but for some reason, it's maybe arguments or certain things that are sort of like chipping away this entire situation. But I do have to tell you, there is someone there who is really willing and committed to you. And I'm wondering if maybe you are the one who is not completely honest toward this person. Because the Ace of Sky, Ace of Swords, when it comes over here, it's really telling me the truth hasn't been told. And there are issues over here. And because of that issues, you're putting everything under the question mark. So we are going to clarify. Not dandelion coffee tastes just like instant coffee, kind of like has a little bit creamier taste. It kind of has a coffee taste. That's what my nutritionist told me, that I have to get off the coffee. So I have a big bag of that, and I also drink decaf since. I don't think it's acquired taste. I really don't think so, because I made other people at work tried it and everybody liked it. It's not coffee, so it does have that instant kind of like feel in it. So the doctor, I'm wondering if there is like some kind of like reconciliation or some kind of like softness, or it almost looks like on one hand you really want to move forward, on the other hand when you kind of encounter the old issues that have been prevalent over here, you get all fluffed up and angry. It's kind of like you have to decide if you want to move forward or backward. And again, you, I guess, simply kind of like taking also like a Pisces, the attitude of waiting, let's see what happens kind of a thing, right? And that's a really good advice in this case. But do not forget and do not underestimate the emotions and feelings that are actually happening over here. So here we have young woman and thought. I don't know if you guys dealing with somebody who maybe had a rowing eye. Maybe you have the history of something that happened that hasn't been resolved. And maybe this person is saying, I'm here, I'm willing to resolve it, I'm willing to move forward. And you're saying, okay, this is great, I can see this now, but I need to clarify something in my own head before we move forward. And that's where the strife starts to happen, because they are not willing to do that. You're willing to do that. But I have to tell you one thing, if this helps, that this person is actually really tried and true at this particular case. So that would help, right? So okay, so let's do this more. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Yeah, it's not bitter. It's actually really, really tasty. Let me see if I have my bag anywhere close to show you. I don't even know where I put it. Is it cat food? Got stuck. So that's how it looks. That's how it looks. Of course, you know, I got the monster package over here. So yeah, you know, guys, if you need something, especially for the summer, this is really good, but it's better hot than cold, right? So yes. Let's do Libra. Libras. Let's do my Libras. Libra. Everybody, guys, who is in non-chat, Tori is asking. Tori is the moderator in charge. She's saying, look, I want to pick up on your energy. You need to at least say something. I mean, good morning is nice, but how about something? Where you're from, or, you know, what kind of like really bothers you. That way, kind of like she kind of like really goes through that. Okay, so let's do it. Libra. It's my ascendant, Libra, 9 of C. Oh my gosh, I'm going to be like this week. I want to get as much sleep as I can, and hopefully the puppy is going to get on with the program and allow it. Whoa, Libra, oh my goodness, what an amazing week you're going to have. You have 9 of C, so 9 of Cups, you have 4 of King, and you have 10 of Earth. So for those of you guys who are kind of like thinking about doing something family events, this is going to be absolutely week of joy. I mean, I don't really know, what do we have here? We have International Day of Women, but that's more celebrated in Europe than over here. That's more or less like a Valentine in Europe, and here in North America we more have Valentines. But I really feel this Fire King is somebody who you are really interested in. It could be a Leo, it could be Sagittarius, But it could be just somebody. Usually we all become fire when we start to date, right? The sparks are flying and things are going on. And this person is really a really good one. It's like somebody who almost like you dreamt about, or finally there is somebody who is really showing off as this is the person I really want to be with. And you're going to start feeling really connected with this person and really feeling, hey, I can really go the distance. Or if you guys are single and you're trying to date and you want to date, hey, there's going to be somebody who's really, really good, who kind of like really wants to have their own family and who kind of like is really looking for the interest of everybody. So it's not going to be that you're going to be placed on a pedestal, but you're going to soon realize that this person is really clear that everybody has to be taken care of, but not in a King of Pentacles way. King of Fire is more or less, let's do things, right? So if he or she has kids, let's kind of all get together. So it's making this a really nice and pleasant kind of like a thing. So that's kind of like really, really nice. Hi, Turtle Tarot. You thought of me? Oh my gosh, 2 years ago. That's so nice. You thought of me. That's why in the world? That's cute though. Sagittarius reading is done. Nope, you have to wait. Oh my gosh, I love my coffee in the morning. So I don't even think that I need to clarify anything here, but I'm just going to draw a few cards over here to see. I don't know, guys, are you feeling a little bit shy about going in a relationship, or you're feeling hesitant? You're having Priest, Thought, Messenger, and Constancy over here. The Priest generally in this deck talks about they were lawyers at this time. So it's reversed. It is like something that it's making me feel that maybe you have been up to one point very kind of like edgy. Maybe you're starting to embark on your relationships, and you really didn't want something serious, but yet you're Libra, you're romantic, you're ruled by Venus. There is like this thought, and that's where the Libra comes in. It's like not a Pisces where you kind of have this like sweet dreams, but it's more or less, okay, so what is it I really need? You might be actually getting a message from somebody. This could actually be somebody from the past now when I think about it, and somebody who has been in your life. And maybe if it's somebody who actually things haven't been built, but now this person is willing to build things. So there definitely can be that Mercury retrograde hitting you in, and it's actually going to make you surprised and make you really happy about this person. Well, thank you, Tori. Safi actually joined us here moments ago in the beginning of this recording, and I also got a puppy just a month ago or 5 weeks ago. So that was Libra. So let's go Leo. Good morning, Sheila. Guys, just to remind you, Tori is asking that if you are present over here, and we know that there are more present people than they are saying, just drop on a sentence or two. Tori is going to give somebody a free reading at the end. So it is really, really important for her to pick up on your energy. So we have a Sky of King and Three of Sea. You might be dealing with an Ooh and Two of Sea. It's going to be very amorous week for Leos. I mean, maybe this is you guys. Seeking is like always somebody who is sort of like really contemplating decisions. They're not really rushing into that. So that's why sometimes you're really talking about the people in legal services who kind of like are into kind of swords kind of thing. But this is also somebody who is very, very just. Maybe you are going to reach some kind of like point where you're feeling really comfort with someone. And in comfort, boy, do we ever feel like, look at this. You know, there is like feeling that you can outpour your emotions. I really feel there was like something in your life. Look at his buddies. Buddies, like here is like a 3 buddies. There's like somebody who is not belonging to the crowd, and you are inviting them. Come over, join us. We like a 3 is like really nice over here. And I really feel that you couldn't relax for a little while. It was like you were all caught in your head and what is going on. And right now this week is going to be, oh my God, you're going to get together with friends, you're going to get together with your mate, or if you don't have a mate, there's going to be a friendly fellow or friendly lady that is going to be coming in your life. If you're looking, then I think the Sky King is going to be possibly somebody in the air sign who will kind of like strike you as, oh, this person is interesting, because it's not going to be the arrogant outpour of I did this, I did this, I have this. It's going to be more or less shy, somebody who will really ask you lots of questions about you, and you're going to find this adorable over here. So this is really, really interesting. No, Dean is not here. So let's again, I don't have anything to clarify. So we have scholar, yeah, and it could be scholar gift, and we have servant, but it's reversed. Why is the servant reversed here? Scholar, again, it tells me that you might meet somebody who is really well educated, or somebody who is really impressive to you from one way or the other, right? It is somebody who is also, maybe you have been dealing with somebody who you wanted to reach some kind of decision, and or you might meet this person in a cultural event now when I think about it, right? So it could be something as simple as a library. I don't know who uses library these days, right? But library or bookstore, let's put library, like look at me, you can tell how old I am. Or a bookstore, or but it could be kind of like art fair or something. But this can also be somebody who is like a wise counsel, or maybe you're going to meet a counselor, like now when I see this together, who will be beneficial in pushing you forward, right, in whatever you need to go. Because the servant is really talking about it's usually about respect and modesty, but it was reversed. That's what I was saying. Why is this coming here? Because it could be that, you know, somebody was taking advantage of you, of everything that you could offer, or it could be that somebody just like unproductive and lazy, right? Maybe this is just going to be you guys. I mean, after all, you know, maybe you're just kind of taking time off and just like enjoying everything. This is really telling me that if you guys need to accept help or self-care, that, you know, you need to signal that you're in some kind of situation in order to receive that. So it is really important that, you know, you open yourself up. But I really think that the only thing that can come in the way of you this week is your own self-reservation toward, you know, toward this week, because everything seems to be lining up really, really well. Some of you might be hesitant, especially those of you who are dealing with a situation that kind of like has deep roots. So I will just say, look, even if that's the case, this week, just relax, let your guard down and enjoy. Okie dokie, okie dokie. So we did Leo. So what are we doing next? We are doing Aries. Aries, 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 Aries. We're doing Aries. 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 You're welcome, guys. You're so sweet. Aries, 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 Aries. What do we have here? We have Two of Fire reversed, and nothing really concerning. So we have Nine of Sea, we have Death reversed. There is you, the Emperor, and there is Three of Sky. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Aries, what kind of trouble are you in? You know that I don't sugarcoat, right? So I'm going to tell you what I see over here, guys. You know what, not the cat. I'm going to make you into a moderator. And how do I do that? Why is this not letting me? Oh, there it is. Because you're here always. So you can do that. Aries, there is a big indecision over something. You were really hoping that something is going to happen. Some of you are dealing with a relationship where you have been, I'm sorry to say, cheated on, or some kind of betrayal or rejection took place. And you are almost like escaping, and this is very atypical for you in a kind of like dream world, and kind of like having possibly unrealistic expectations that are not going to end well, because this is really telling me that just how you go about things are causing unnecessary suffering. Look at how sad this card is, right? That kitty. But also look at all this like 9 lives that are coming, like I'm actually coming in it, right? So just lose one, but like there are other ones that are coming forward, right? But when that card reverses, it is really telling me that the transformation is not taking place. Maybe you were hoping, and that's maybe what this like Two of Fire said to me, like this kid is thinking like, what do I go, where do I go, in which direction, right? But when it reverses, it's complete confusion about the situation. But I really think that you're going to stabilize. So the week is going to be all over the place, I really have to tell you. I kind of think this Three of Sky kind of like worries me. In this particular thing, you're seeing all these kitties who are banging off everything. You know how the cats are, like, well, I don't like this deck, it goes off the table. So you might be the one, because this is your card, who need to kind of like say, okay, at this stage I need to make executive decision. It's either me or it's you, and you're going to decide to be you, because there are like certain things that have been broken, and maybe you're feeling they cannot be put together anymore. So you're welcome, Nat. I want to kind of clarify. We need some clarifications over here. Why is this happening? Any Aries over here, can you guys clue me in what the heck is going on? Come on, guys. Come on, guys. So we have all the mods today. Why is nobody else talking, guys? You're having a really good chance to win a reading. Come on, guys. You have to say something. So you're getting this Three of Swords clarified with Messenger reverse. So there is like, I mean, a lack of communication. Maybe somebody blocked you out. Maybe there's like this sense of rejection. Maybe somebody just like simply cold. Let's see this Death card. We have cheerfulness and service and old woman. And again, the cheerfulness we see, it's kind of cheerful, but we see a man and 2 women, right? An old woman, it's to me always old lady that I go to, right? No, this is Aries, Misonia. We are in Aries. I think somebody has somebody, and I think the suffering is mostly because you feel that you did not win somebody's affection. And you have to ask yourself how much of it is an ego, how much of that is a real thing, because it's very, very important to understand that our egos can be really bruised even when somebody says a bad word. But is this in their best interest? Sometimes people, you know, like, I mean, that's what they say, you just kind of like create this wall and the guy is going to chase you, but they're like doing that because of their ego, not because they really want to. Because I see here there's like suffering that can be partially due to kind of like feeling a little bit lost, and as soon as you realize that, like, you are kind of like coming back on horse and things are actually going better. So I'm so sorry, guys, that I'm not having much better news for you in this period, but I would like to know what's going on over here. Okay, thanks guys for tracking. So who do I go for next? Let's go Scorpio. Let's go Scorpio. Any Scorpio over here, guys? Any Scorpio? I guess no mods, no mods. There are like few of them over here, so we need to figure out some new system, because everybody who is coming here is coming so frequently, so they deserve to be mods. So we might actually come up with some different contest if we don't start getting some fresh blood, guys. So Scorpio, Scorpio in Uranus, yeah. This kind of position right now is actually the most difficult for Aquarius. Aquarius has, I think, Saturn in Capricorn. I think in Capricorn, did I? And it's kind of like really, really, really difficult. But this is kind of natural. Or Uranus in Capricorn. Okay, it's still confusing for me in the morning. Scorpio. Scorpios. 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 Scorpio. Scorpio. Well, it's hard to chat if you're on a treadmill, but that's good. It's like you're listening to this as a podcast. Oh my gosh, Scorpio, you felt blocked in some kind of situation. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is everything. So we have Eight of Sky, we have the World, we have the Floating Cat, and we have the Ace of Fire. So look at this kitty here. This kitty is stuck, and this kitty is like at this stage trying to wiggle out, and there is like getting harder and harder. You know how basically they get even more stuck in their own situation. The only way out here is to kind of relax and to kind of strategize, to kind of realize, okay, I'm in a bad situation, but I'm not lost. Instead of like frantically going back and forth, maybe you have been going in all directions, maybe you're spreading yourself too thin, maybe you felt that no matter what you try is kind of like ending up nowhere. But everything here is actually going to start to make sense for you this week. This is a big card, one of the karma cards, the World. The World means, okay, the new day is there, meaning it's karma accomplished. There was like something that you had to learn, and voila, you did it, right? You did it. You're immediately going in a new cycle. It's literally going to be just like that. You're going to feel so happy in one moment, and it could be within minutes that you'll feel, oh, okay, so you're going to start thinking about some kind of sacrifices or something. The Floating Cat I don't really like very much when kind of like it reverses, because the Hangman card, which this is, right, it's always talking about needing to see somebody from something from somebody else's standpoint, right? Because here it is like you're feeling comfort in where you are, but here it's saying that sometimes discomfort is needed, but you are not willing to do that at this stage, which I guess for somebody who is coming from the situation where you feel blocked and stuff, it does make sense. However, there is like this Ace of Fire. And look at this gateway with a paw. If I ever become billionaire or something, that's what my gates are going to have. The iron gate with the paws on it. Now, this sometimes talk about old people coming back into our life. This sometimes talks about people dropping you notes from the past. And maybe there was a sacrifice that you made in regards to this person, or that you need to make in regards with this person, because just because people show up, it doesn't mean the things are going to get better. They're okay for 2 or 3 times because you have all this nostalgia, but then what happens then? And it's going to be something really passionate, guys, so that's really, really good. This also can talk about lots of sexual tension and lots of sexual energy. But this card worries me a little bit. 2 of them sort of have the same flavor, if you wish. But overall, I really think that it's going to be very relationshipy, kind of like a thingy. Let me just check this Floating Cat over here. Let's check this. We see Fortune reversed. See? We see Merchant and we see Haughtiness. Why is this Fortune reversed? Fortune reversed on a Floating Cat. So as soon as you feel, it could be that there's like somebody in your life who is really important or who you deem important, and as soon as you feel and you're kind of like lulling yourself into something is going really well, like, because both of them have the same kind of like feel that they shouldn't be in this situation. So you're feeling a little awkward. You're finding that you are going in a situation, coming in a situation that is not necessarily where you really want to be, or I think it's I'm getting it, not deserving. So you feel you are subject to some kind of like thing that you shouldn't be there, right? Because luck is not going to be with you this week, so don't play your cards like that, right? So it can also be somebody who betrayed you, or it's just like situation that is like kind of slowing down, right? And it can be, if at work, a challenging period or something, or it can be even kind of like rejection from someone. So this actually could mean that you're trying to get together with someone that you are actually maybe have been blocked but successful, and then all of a sudden like the same thing is repeating all over again. But this kind of like foretells a new start, because you have the Merchant, and this is also eye on something long term or something prosperous. But then this haughtiness is really talking about, you know, possibly arrogance, or somebody who is vain or conceited, right? Or showing off. This can also talk about some kind of like ambitions, right? So, you know, be careful about a pride, whether this is you or somebody else. Maybe somebody is too proud to admit certain things. Hopefully this is not you. But, you know, healthy ego is a good thing, which I'm seeing here. Like, I mean, you kind of like feel that you have been deprived of something, and right now you're going, okay, you know what? I'm not going to do things, not even a tiny little bit. So you need to kind of like reconsider. I really think it's you guys, to be honest with you, that you need to kind of like adjust your attitude. And I mean, this is like this is advice I give to myself many many times, and kind of like move forward with this. So that's kind of going to be interesting, Mr. and Mrs. Scorpios. So work challenge on the moment. So yeah, that's, according to this card, is going to be extremely challenging next week and really painful. And it might be if she's expecting a job, and she might not get it this week, but keep going, right? So who do I do next? Who do I do next? Kimberly. Let's do Kimberly. Let's do Aquarius. Let's do Aquarius. You're welcome, Kylie. I wish that I had better news, but that's what I kind of like, don't want to be the bringer of the bad news, but it's probably better to tell you this is what's happening this week. Don't, you know, don't make missteps. So, Aquarius, what's going on for Aquarius, March 1st to the 8th? We have Fire Kitten reversed. We have also the World. We have Earth Kitten. We have the Priest. This is very good, guys. So the week is going to start off slow. Maybe I think Aquarians are lacking energy. Is that right? Or this is just like me talking? And slowly we are kind of going forward. Slowly we are moving to the space where we are opening up to the world. Earth Kitten is like something that is very inquisitive and sort of like, hey, let's kind of like try things out, finding new friends, opening to the new possibilities. Both of them are sort of okay, where because Aquarians had a very long period of sort of like, everybody leave me alone kind of a thing, right? And I really think that that also karmic thing is being kind of learned. I also strongly feel this is going to happen before the 5th of March, and even actually before the 3rd, which is tomorrow. And the things are going to shift in a new period, because this is a reversed. The Priest is an amazing card for Aquarius, because this really means going your own way, being unconventional, feeling good about it, because it feels like you're trying to kind of like fit, and you're trying to kind of like play the role, but this is all, and it got burned, right? So this is like now all changing. You are not anymore following anybody's rules. You're following your own intuition. You're following who you want to be. You are really maybe even looking for a different groups and organizations where you want to belong and who you really want to hang out with. So it's really, really all good over here. So this is the highest vibration you can be, because the World card means a mission accomplished kind of a thing. Pat yourself on the shoulder, and it's also coupled with another major arcana. So I think it's a huge shift happening tomorrow, guys, to be honest. So tomorrow and on the 5th, there's going to be a huge shift of energy, and I honestly can't wait. And let me just see this Fire Kitten reversed. Fire Kitten. Yes, guys, this is going to be, this week changes everything. Let's see, Fire Kitten. So we have Messenger and we have Melancholy. So it could be that, excuse me, there were things from the past that have been, that you got yourself burned. I don't know if you can see it, but look at this, like kitty's playing with the fire, and the tail already caught on fire over here. And maybe like you just got caught into sort of like a waiting situation and not moving forward. And good story, good luck. Please let me know, drop me a note. I want to know what's going on. I'm pretty sure I'm not picking up on anything. Sorry, sweetie, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. I mean, nothing concerning, let's put it this way. So melancholy is over, it's out of the door, and what is new is like, let's start moving forward. I'm feeling comfortable and I want to go ahead. So that's what's going to work for Aquarius. So good job, Aqua. We can kind of like use that. So let's go next. Who is next? Who is next? Who I didn't do? Let's go Capricorn. Capricorn. Yeah, silly Jane, I need it too. And like, I mean, honestly, I'm so lacking sleep and getting cranky, and this is like that exhaustion, talking, snapping. So Mr. T started to sleep a little bit longer. So hopefully it's going to. Hi Judith, hello from Austria. Guten Tag. Guten Abend, I guess, already over there. So what am I doing, Capricorn? A 5 of fire. 5 of fire. See Tom. Oh my gosh, how often is this? What is going on this week? You're having a 2 karma cards, and like you're moving forward, moving backward. You're moving forward, you're moving backward, guys. It's starting with maybe some kind of conflict, or it's starting with readjusting your role. I think that was the first card to come out, and then, oh my gosh, I don't even know what the hell this is. You're going to be flirty, you're going to be loving, and there is like, again, this karma kind of like thing. It's a new cycle coming on, but the new cycle for you is like you're going right down to, you know, nitty gritty of something. It's you guys getting really ambitious, I would say, and you really want to accomplish more that you are able to chew at this stage. These 2 cards in the regular decks have these 4 fixed signs around, and those 4 fixed signs are generally basically keeping those concepts together. So in this case, you are kind of like done with some work that you came on this planet to accomplish, right? But over here, it's really telling me that you might actually do not play lottery. Let me put it this way, just save your money for this particular week, because it's not going to go well, and do not gamble on anything. You might need the counsel of the others, because 9 of fire is really talking about recuperation. It's talking about going back to certain issues and trying to see how did you get there. The Sea Tom is going to be nice and playful energy that is really going to be welcome, because it might be a very, very intense week for you guys. As I said, like, something is going to shift it on Monday for you guys, and Monday is going to feel goddamn awful for you. And I'm sorry to say, just get ready, get your extra Java, get some stuff, because just be careful. It's also, this could mean that somebody's doing certain things behind your back, and maybe, you know, you don't belong in a certain group. This is still an encouraging card and saying move forward. There is like, just like you're so close to something, so it's very, very, very important. So let's see here. Here we have service. So again, let me just get one more to see. My brother Capricorn is going through a breakup with someone toxic. And there you go. We have the breakup. We have reunion, lack of reunion. And the service is, and this is like where things turn really, really bad, right? Because service is all about what is supposed to happen, and kind of like receiving help and being well mannered, and this is also about work, right? But when it comes reverse, it suggests that not only the help will not arrive, but there is like an enemy, somebody who is pretending that they are like really nice and all cushy to you, but they're really not that way. And it can kind of like be a rival in a workplace, or it can be a loved one that is kind of like working at cross purposes, I guess, right? Be very careful that somebody who you will think and who will present themselves as is helpful is actually harmful, and it's two-faced, kind of like disloyal person. You guys are really good in kind of like figuring it out, but this actually could be a mate, because reunion is maybe you are trying to go back to something that you worked with before, and you are thinking, I can make it work. Be very, very careful about this, because somebody's going to approach you with a very kind of like playful, romantic energy over there. It is really important that you set your boundaries in this particular period of time, guys. So. Okay, so Neil, I missed over here. My apology when I'm not following all of you. Just like from time to time, look up to the monitor. But hopefully everybody is okay. So what are we doing next? So who I didn't do? I didn't do Sagittarius. I didn't do Virgo. Let's do Virgo. Let's do Virgo. Any Virgos over here? Any Virgos here? I'll do Sagittarius next. Virgo. So Neil, have a great day and week. Everybody who has stopped by, please give me a thumbs up. That always helps, so we all can know. And please speak up who you are and what you're going through. Tori is the moderator in charge, so she's reading your energy. She's trying to figure out who can get a sample reading. Oh, there you go, Virgo daughter. So Virgo. Ooh, 2 of C. Virgo. So we have 2 of C. That's a soulmate card. But we also have 2 of Earth. We have 9 of Earth, and we have 4 of Earth. So Virgo, this is really, really good news. Yeah, maybe kind of like somebody sitting on 2 chairs. Maybe you're falling in love with someone and you're wondering, oh my gosh, you know, this person is going to take my independence and my structure and everything. It almost like looks to me that you're hesitant, that you are the one hesitant, but it could be them as well, of proceeding with some person in how to move forward, right? I really think, because the 4 of Earth, look at this, all the toys that are existing over here. And so why is this kitty just protective of these toys and not playing with it, right? It would be really nice to kind of like engage, right, instead of like doing that. But it looks like you're kind of like really feeling self-sufficient, that you really want to do thanks, Anil. Oh, thanks, and like the other side of the world. But this is really the ultimate Virgo. This is kind of like, I'm self-sufficient, I'm well organized, and if this means between the choices that I'm feeling hesitant or that somebody feels hesitant about everything that I have to offer, so be it. I'm going to play with my own toys. But this kind of like seems like a good strategy at the time, but I really don't think that there is any hurt. Usually people who are hurt kind of like, they kind of like clam up and they're not getting out of their shell. But I really don't see it over here. I feel that you're fully confident. I feel that you're able to move forward. So there is like something that is really stopping of things proceeding or going forward over here. So let me see, why is this 2 of Earth over here? The enemy. Enemy to me is always an ex, or always somebody who kind of like can create issues that we previously had, right? So it came reversed though, so it is also some kind of like opposition or something, but since because it's reversed, it's a positive then, right? So I don't know if that was an argument or hostility, or somebody was juggling certain things, or you really didn't know. Maybe you felt that somebody was deceptive and it's kind of like was a joke, a prank, but there was like something that has been detected. You kind of like caught something before something went ahead that will cause damage. You know what I mean, right? This can actually talk about substance abuse as well. It can talk about a competitor or the other person, or secrets as well. And I think overall you kind of like felt that you didn't receive the clarity over certain situations, certain circumstances, and maybe that's why you're deciding until this clears. I'm kind of like, maybe you have been going in a direction of kind of like feeling for somebody, and then certain things kind of like stopped and had to dealt with it differently. Well, that's really, really interesting. Okay, so let's see this. Let's see this. Who is next? Let's do Sagittarius. I said Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Saturday. I like that Saturday. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. I have, I think, lots of Virgos. I was even accused here like Virgo or something, but that kind of like, you might be getting my energy. I'm sort of like once burned, twice shy person right now. So Sagittarius, any other Saggies? Any other Saggies in the house? What is for the Saggies? Oh my gosh, you're getting also Two of Cups. So this is going to be a loving week that is going to shift, it looks like, for everybody. But there is like a sense of lovey-dovey things. Oh my God. And then you're having consequences, but I'm not taking 25 cards over here. But I can take these two, which I shouldn't have, but I kind of like felt compelled, which now they're messing up everything. So this can actually really talk about some situation from the past. This can actually talk about a marriage or divorce, most likely divorce, most likely a separation. I really think you guys are going to be hit with severe nostalgia, with severe melancholy. Mercury retrograde is really going to get you. Maybe some of you are in situations that is so tangled up, because look at the kitty stuck with the yarn and it cannot kind of like get out. And there is like some kind of damage that has been done that is really hard to get away from. You kind of like constrained, either you or somebody you're dealing with, but there is like a lots of love over here under the surface, and you just cannot even get to it because there are like so many other things that are happening in the way. Look, I don't even have a fire. You guys are not even feeling being yourself. You kind of like really feel things will be coming in your way this week that will be, honestly, you'll have to continually doing and catching up, and you'll have no time. So just be very careful that you play by the rules, because the priest is showing up, priest is demanding this has to be this way. This can be also some kind of like legal issues over here, guys. As I said, I don't know, guys, if you're applying for divorce, then you know this could be it, one of those weeks where, oh my gosh, you know, or final realization like nothing here will ever happen, because that's tangling up and you're needing somebody else on the outside to kind of like really kind of like decided to kind of cut it, because this talks about rejection. It can talk about a third person, and this is really sad because there was like intense feelings that you kind of like had towards somebody at one time. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that, Kylie and Silly Jane. Let's just see this Three of Sky. Why is this Three of Swords over here? Why did it show up? Because the combination is really bad. Look at this. We are having a wife showing up here. Did you guys deal with somebody who had somebody on the side? I mean, not necessarily wife, but there is like somebody with a child. This card doesn't necessarily have to talk about somebody with a child, right? But the wife tells me that there is like there is a love and there is an obligation. I'm always getting this for you. For some reason, I'm always seeing second and third, like third and fourth and fifth parties kicking in over here, right? So this is a situation about other people kind of like stepping in, and these people are probably more quote unquote important than you are, and you feel kind of like relegated, and you don't necessarily like that spot at all, right? But I really think that out of this pain and things that you're kind of revisiting in your head, you need to clean the house. You need to clean your internal kind of like mechanism and say, okay, that's it. I cannot think about this anymore. This is causing really disturbance in my life, right? But you might also have people who are really close to you, like, you know, a mother or a friend who is sincere, kind of like digging into you this particular week, right? So, but also you need to kind of like give yourself care, and self-care is going to be very, very important. So it could be that if you feel that you have lost your grip on someone, and that somebody's like right now actually maybe getting married or in a relationship with someone that you're feeling resentful and rejected, you know, maybe you have to realize that the same person is the same person who was with you, and that's the key, what most people don't realize, right? That's why it's always good to get references from the old friends and lovers to see if this person still has them in their life. If they don't, that's kind of like interesting. because this is really telling me about some kind of like entanglements, and it's going to be really interesting to see and hear from you this week. Why is this really happening? So self-care is really the key for you guys this particular week, and but you're going to reach some kind of like big decisions, and that is really important. So who I didn't do, guys, who I didn't do, so it was Aries, Taurus. We didn't do Gemini. Gemini, there you go, Tauri, Gemini, 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 Gemini. I think I'm coming down with some kind of cold. It could be just the weather. It's like just like so impossible. It's March and we have a snow. And Cancer will be last. Thank you, Tori. You're awesome. You're such a good mod. Oh my gosh, Gemini. No, I know these ones really want to stay, so I have to take them. Ugh. 5 of Earth, reversed, and 5 of Fire, and 6 of Earth, and the Lovers. So this is, guys, a period of instability over here. I will tell you right out of the gate. 6 of Earth is, you know, getting in a situation where, you know, somebody can do something for you, but they don't do that. So you're going to be feeling, because look at this is 11 and this is 11. So I have 11 and 11 over here on the table, right? Or if you add it, I have 22, right? So the energy is going to be extremely strong. And whenever we go through 11 or 22 energies, unless you're born in those numbers, it's very difficult energy. So just imagine you're like living a life of Aquarius or your life kind of a thing, because this is your card, guys, the Lovers, but it's reversed. It is really telling me that there are some things over here that either making you very undecided in which direction to go, or you're just really unhappy where you're currently at and how to proceed. I really feel that certain people are violating you. I really look at this poor kitty looking inside. This is how Toronto looks like, and it's so nice and warm inside, and like I'm stuck here in the snow, and the other kitties inside are having a food and each other. So it's kind of like really feeling isolated, right? And you're not even feeling that you really want to fight anymore for something, and that's kind of like really sad. But this could be just simply, guys, you coming in the situation that you are realizing, well, you know, I can do something for somebody, kind of a thing. But for some reason, I'm more or less feeling that you're going to be very insecure this week, insecure about the direction that you're taking and where you really want to go. The Lover's card being your card, being reversed, it means that it's just not going to be one of those good weeks. But I really think this is a positive thing. It's not going to be all bad. If you kind of like fall, somebody's going to be there to pick you up. So that is really important over here to realize that, right? So we have some clarifications to do over here, guys. So Rakshita, thank you very much. So let's see. So 5 of Earth. Let's see 5 of Earth. Let's see 5 of Earth. Let's see this. Let's see this. See what's going on here. So 5 of Earth is, yeah, look at this, the same flavor. Waiting. What are you guys waiting for? Who are you waiting on? Because there's like something you're not seeing. You're waiting for something that's not going to happen, where you don't belong, where a person is failing you or not good enough, or thinking that you are not good enough. Maybe there's like situation that you need to reassess, right? Because, you know, it could be a disillusionment simply as that, right? And maybe it's going to mean, because this one is reversed, that this kind of like waiting or being in the state of not moving forward is going to really stop. But this also means if you're waiting for somebody to return, that they might not return. Sweetheart. And I really think this could be you, but this also could be somebody you're expecting, that you're dealing with a person with whom either you have arguments or they kind of like stonewall you. And neither of that really works for your Gemini personality. Geminis are like vibrant and they kind of like happy-go-lucky kind of people. And in this particular case, it really feels like, oh my gosh, why is this so hard? This really, really should be so hard, right? So let's see what is reversing. Lies. Of course, they had to put a cat for falseness. But the good news is that it is actually reversed, this over here. So when this reverses, it's kind of like talking about the end of some kind of like period where you had struggled, where you had perception of people attacking you, had a perception of feeling isolated or needing to isolate yourself. Maybe somebody kind of like really gave you a helping hand over here, or it will be given to you this particular week, because I really think this card really means the secrets are revealed. And this really talks about insincere behaviors and gossip and slander and jealousy, but maybe you're going to realize that there was no deceit altogether, that you kind of like felt, that things were worse than you kind of like anticipated, that they're kind of getting really, really better. So be very careful about, I don't know, if you're dealing with somebody about extramarital affairs or infidelity, but also kind of who is giving you a quality advice and who is not. Sometimes people give you hard advice. This is hard to hear, but it's beneficial. Sometimes people give you easy advice. So kind of there is like a mix over here that needs to kind of like be taken in account. So Geminis, good luck. This is going to be a toughy week, but you really maybe need to give yourself a kick in the butt, because I do see that you're going to get somebody to pull you back. I also, the only afterthought I have here, because there are 2 sixes, you might have somebody from the past showing up with whom you had sweet little talks, and don't get suckered in. That's all I would say. Do not do it. And who did I not do it? Cancer. 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 Silly, going through a hard time, mostly because of her issues. Oof. Currently in the mental hospital for depression. Silly, Jane. Google B3 vitamin and depression. I'm just going to leave it at that. Cancer. 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 It's called niacin, or niacin depression. It's B3 is called niacin. Cancer. So we have the Emperor, we have a 6 of Sky, and then we have Sky Tom, and we have Sea Queen. Oh my gosh, it's going to be a very eventful week. I'm not going to hide it from you, right? It's going to start with you feeling, oh my gosh, I'm completely off the rails. I have no control over everything. I'm so fed up with everything. It could actually ensue huge argument. Look at this kitty. Oh my gosh, I'm not part of this anymore. And that's going to be a really, really big thing here. Kind of like withdrawing yourself from the situation. 6 of Sky is actually moving to the safe ground. This also can tell me that there are issues at work that you guys might have. Maybe you're going to have some issues with your boss and not seeing things in a good way. Maybe you'll feel like I just really need to leave. I need to take some space over here. But I have to tell you, this is all going to be very temporary, because you see the Sky Tom. When it's reversed, it really talks about some kind of like spying energy, and I don't necessarily think you're spying on your boss, but it can be also underhanded energy, right? That somebody's doing something behind your back, or maybe somebody did something behind your back and you're like saying, okay, you know what, I'm going to figure out what you are doing because I'm going to get, ahead of you, kind of a thing. So it can actually indicate some kind of like start of the week with some kind of like instability over here, but you are going to satisfy your needs for this knowledge and for kind of like this peace of mind, because lots of the stuff are happening in your head. And then you're getting this like Sea Queen. This is you guys. This is kind of like, oh my gosh, you know, I just need to relax. I need to relax in the company of people that I love, the company of the people that I care. It's kind of like this person who offers this like big cup, and look at this kitty crossed with fish over here, which is really lovely. So you're really coming to yourself. So it's something that really is upsetting you and working on you, but by the end of the week, you're fully kind of like reaching back to who you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to go. So let's see these few cards. Let's see the Emperor. So what is like that thing that is destabilizing over here? Yeah, this kitty really looks pissed. It's really, leave me alone. It's like, that's how Matrix is towards Tiger. It's like, dude, yeah, I told you not to come here. But today, like, I mean, Tiger came, I'm teaching him not to come too close, to sit when he sees a cat. And I think that's helping the cats don't feel they're chased all the time. So the Emperor lies. And again, the same thing that goes. The falseness is about somebody lying to you. And you have been basing certain decisions on some kind of like things that are not really true. Okay. This is, to me, the betrayal of the worst kind. That you really felt you have been involved into some things that you have realized are layers and layers and layers as you were coming along. And it could be also about a person who is just like simply fake or not sincere. This is also somebody who could have been very mean and empty promises. Somebody maybe said, okay, this is going to happen, but it strongly suggests that your partner's heart is really not that sincere, but that, you know, could be lies, and that you can be hurt unexpectedly, right? So be aware, because always when I see this card, there is like some kind of like falseness, and I think you're going to kind of like hit it on the head, because the Six of Sky meaning, okay, look, you know, this is not lasting. This is not going to last. I am not having these freaking arguments. I'm kind of like not dealing with this, you know. Things are not as they seem, and when they're not as they seem, the fur is flying and I'm off, kind of a thing. So I guess to satisfy your own kind of urges and needs, you're going to say, let me check, let me Google this woman or this guy, and then you go and find a whole bunch of things, and you go, oh my gosh, I dodged this one, I saved myself. Let me just check this, like Sky Tom over here, reunion. Yeah, I guess maybe you're figuring out that somebody's with somebody. That could actually be the case over here, that there is like still somebody, or maybe maybe this means that somebody from the past is trying to reunite with you, and you're kind of like very suspicious about that, even though I have to say that some of you will reunite. Some of you will reunite, but only after you do some kind of like research. You ask a very uncomfortable questions, and when you kind of like satisfy this need for you to have this transparency and to have this balance, maybe you're putting your foot down and saying, look, I really don't need to be destabilized anymore. I don't want arguments. If this is what you want, just, you know, let's not even go forward. But in the end, it looks like there's like this consensus is reached, and there's like really, really nice place that, you know, would not kind of like work. So silly, you got it again. That's lovely. So that's nice. So guys, Cancers, as I said, it's going to be rough in the beginning, but it's going to kind of like end really well in this particular week. So congratulations to Silly Jane for winning over here. Thank you, Tori, very much. So Silly Jane, you have to go to cattarot.ca/contest. I'm going to put it here. Oh my gosh, we are making diamonds. That's lovely. Contest, and fill your form, and we can go from there. Thank you everybody for being here. I hope these messages were helpful, and I really hope I'm going to get some energy this week to actually give you March monthlies, because I really feel bad that I'm behind for everybody who is really waiting for that. So thank you guys very much for everybody being here. I'm going to let the music play for a little bit, and then I will see you next week. Thanks all. Love you. I'm here, Tori. I know her email because she won last week. But tell me. I'm listening. Oh, she wants somebody else? Okay. Are you sure? She'll keep it. She'll keep it. No, it's not really good karma giving it to someone else anyway, so maybe I'm going to send a list to all the mods in the future so you guys know who was a recent winner, so we kind of like shuffle this as well. And we need to get more fresh people because we don't have enough, so maybe I'll think of some new way of kind of like giving this free things. So no problems. You see, Tori kind of like felt this way, so she really needs it. Thank you guys, everybody. You know that I love you, and I really hope everybody has a really nice week. Until the next time, kiss kiss kiss. Talk to you soon. Love you.